Welcome back to another episode of the Who Asked Me podcast. I am so excited because I am joined this week with one of my literal favorite people to be a hater with, be a bitch with, talk the most shit with. I know I can say whatever and not in the group chat with you and Raven and not be judged. Hannah Aaron Brown.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me, Zell. I'm so excited to be here. And I love that we're recording this on a Friday. I told you, like I was texting you and I was like, Friday has such like a silly goose energy.
It
And
is.
our group chat is a very sacred place to me. I feel the same
No,
way.
we can say it's a safe space because we can say the things. Like,
Yes.
I think
And
it's
it is always,
no,
there
go
you
ahead,
go.
babe. No, go.
It's just always hard when you're like making new friends in adulthood where you're like, how far can I push this until someone says, wait, that's mean.
No,
And I just
literally.
know that like our fire sign energy, like you and me, like it's a safe space to be bitchy.
Yeah, and Raven's a Scorpio. So like
And she gets it.
Scorpios are like the fire signs of the water sign, right?
Exactly.
And this was a total mistake. Well, not a mistake, but I just didn't. I like threaded. I said, "Is Ben a water sign because he's a little sensitive?" I was like strict and sensitive. And somebody was
Yes.
like, "Girl, he's a Scorpio." And then all these people were like, "Strict and sensitive is the perfect way to describe a Scorpio." And I'm like, "It really is." And
Mm-hmm.
Raven gets it. She's
She gets
like,
it.
she's like, it's not mean. And I think for all three of us, since we do make commentary online,
Mm-hmm.
so, like we have a lot of things. Y'all may not get it from me, Aaron, or Aaron, me, Hannah,
I should
or
go by
Raven,
Erin. Yeah.
but we leave a lot on the cutting room floor. There
So
is so
much.
like y'all would not understand. You'd be like, wow, these bitches have more to say. Of course.
Always.
We of
Always more to
course have
say.
more to say. And we have takes. And I know that I am probably getting on people's nerves, but
Not mine.
you get it with this whole like this resurgence of Amanda old clips. And I told you guys in the group chat, I said, I don't know if I'm like vindicated or I'm really fucking annoyed that I'm seeing these old clips because truly, hand to God, anybody who's listened to this podcast, followed me for a long time, y'all know I have never seen it for Amanda. So to see all these old clips resurface and people be like, wow, has she always been like that? Yes.
Literally,
Yes. What
yes.
the fuck do you mean? It was right there. She hiding in plain sight the whole
Hmm.
time. Like I'm not surprised. I said over and over again, I'm not surprised that she actually did this. I'm surprised that somebody who cares so much about what people say about her did this. Like it was just a dumb thing to do.
Totally. It was dumb on so many levels. And I feel like we have similar algorithms because I get so many videos about like when you were right about the person that you like that sucked before everyone else. And like I every time I like want to send it to you, I see you've already like reposted it. And I'm like, because we have the same like vibes in that way. But it is like never wrong, just early. And there is
No,
nothing more
literally.
infuriating in this world than knowing that someone sucks. And everyone's like, what are you talking about? They're nice. They've never been mean to me. And I'm like, ugh. Especially when they're famous, because if you say anything publicly about them, people are like, you're just a hater. You're just jealous. That's your internalized misogyny. And it's like,
Oh.
no, she's doing things that are out of pocket over and over and over again, and I'm gonna have an opinion about it, and I'm allowed.
Girl, that's how I feel about Nia from the Valley, and we'll get there.
Ugh.
I mean, you already know this story, but I like let it slip. I didn't let it slip. I just don't like, I'm an honest person, and that comes out in my commentary of these shows. And
It should.
Nia sent literally one of my best friends, like from childhood, a fucking nasty ass DM and a voice message over nothing. And I literally, like, I already wasn't a huge fan of Nia. I didn't like see the, oh, baby bird Nia, she needs to be protected because her and her husband are problematic. Like, Danny
Oh,
is
they scare the
problematic.
shit out
And
of
I've been
me.
saying that for fucking ever. But like when she sent my friend that DM, I said, "Oh, bitch, you're done with me," because like literally, this is one of my best friends. She has pulled somebody's hair for me. Like we have fought bitches over each other.
Yeah.
So like, bitch, you're done. You're done. Like
You're
in my book,
out.
in my book. But we'll get there later. Let's start with a hot take, and
Okay.
we have plenty of them. Do you want me to go first, or you want you to go first?
You go first.
Okay, my hot take. is
Mhm.
I am truly, truly, truly shocked at the amount of people that are shocked by Luke from the Valley, Kristen's man.
Mm.
Like I am very lost by people being like, "We were rooting for you." You were? And for what fucking reason were you rooting for him? What has Luke displayed that would have you rooting for him? Quickly, quickly. Because y'all like Kristen. And like, I'm very iffy on Kristen. I think Kristen's loyalty to her friends is something to be celebrated because I'm also a very loyal person. But I also think that it is so enabling, i.e., the Nia of it all, and it
Mhm.
blinds her from the truth, right? So like
Mhm.
Nia and Danny are mostly Danny. Well, no, Nia too. They're problematic. They really are. Like this man was on the episode yesterday talking about like, oh, I'm a Christian man. I'm a man of God, and I met my. All the signs
Help.
are right there. They're
Help.
right there, right? And before anybody gets upset, I believe in God. Like I'm not downing them because they're
Mhm.
Christians. It's the behavior while saying,
Mhm.
I'm a Christian, I'm a Christian, I'm a Christian, right? So with Luke and everybody, I will say I am shocked by how he's phrasing it. I've always found him to be a weirdo, but he said something, Kristen, like we need to start establishing a routine. Like he phrased his need for sex
Ugh.
in like a caring way of like, oh, we need to start trying to like get back to a routine. But then he said one sentence that I was like, don't piss me off even more. He goes, we
Mhm.
need to start getting back to our regular sex life. This woman just
I know
had a
you're fucking
fucking
lying.
baby. The baby is 3 months old, and you're saying we need to start getting back to your regular. You are a
Mm-mm.
man that was not ready to have a child. You were not
Mm-mm.
ready to have a child. To tell that woman we need to start getting back to our regular sex life, getting back. First of all, I am a person that believes like the things are in relationships change all the time. Like, yeah, you guys were probably hot and heavy fucking all the time when you first got together. I think they told us when they first met, they met at a wedding and they fucked behind a tree or something.
Yeah.
Like,
Of course.
yeah, fine, totally cool. I'm thinking about the splinters in my ass, but whatever.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And like, but like, you're literally saying to her, this woman who just had your child, who had a hard time conceiving a child, that you
Mhm.
need to get back to the regular sex. I was disgusted. I was fucking disgusted.
No,
So
it's weird.
no, it's weird. So like people are like, oh, Luke, we were rooting for you. Why?
Yeah.
Like, I'm shocked that he's saying it the way he's saying it, but I was never rooting for that man.
It really sucks that like on Bravo, like the bar is so deeply in hell, especially for men, that if you're just like kind of quiet, people are like, "Oh my God, like I'm rooting for you." I'm like,
Mm-hmm.
but to your point, it's like, but what was it about Luke that you liked? Like, could you name like five things about him that you
Literally.
really enjoyed? And like
Mm-hmm.
no one could. It's just that like he was quieter than the other guys, so like he was eclipsed by their
Mm-hmm.
shenanigans. It's like, well, yeah, when you're in a room with Jax Taylor, no one's gonna be looking at you.
You have really shitty men on the valley. Like that is
Really shitty
that
men.
is probably the one Bravo show with the most shitty men in one place.
That
Like,
and Southern Charm, I would say.
yeah. Yeah.
Wait, how do you feel about Zach Wickham?
Okay, I love
I have a soft spot for Zach
I
Wickham.
do too.
And honestly, like in this week's episode, when he was like, Brittany, you're being a stupid bitch, I was like, that's the kind of friendship we all deserve.
I literally said, I said, he's the only one that's going to
Gonna
call
be honest with
Brittany
her.
out. He's known her since they were like like in college
Yeah.
or high school or something
Yeah.
like that. So yeah. And I
Yeah.
also love Zach because like I guess he used to be Nicole Scherzinger's personal assistant or
Of
something like
course.
that. And she did an interview and she was like, "Oh my God." I forget that she's from Kentucky. So the way he got that job is I guess he was friends with her sister or something.
I did
Yeah.
not know she was from Kentucky.
Yeah, I do. I'm always reminded of that. But
That's
yeah,
hilarious.
she's like, I'm so happy for him because he's always wanted to be on reality TV. Like he used to talk about that all the time. And I was like, you know what? Thank God for the rise of people, myself
Yeah.
included, who are finally comfortable being like, yes, I want to be on reality TV. That
Yes.
is what I want to do. I that's what I want to do.
I have the
And so
personality for it. Put me in, coach.
I literally every time I told Megan I was like, and I told everybody at my birthday party this year, I said I'm not arguing with people for free anymore. Like if you want to argue with me, you're gonna
Exactly.
have to put a mic back on me and camera because I am so fucking funny when I argue. Like
Yes.
when I and I not that I argue with people all the time, but when I do get in arguments with people like out in public at the bar and stuff, people are laughing and it's not even me trying to be funny. They're like, "Girl," and they're always like, "Girl, what the fuck?" And
No, we need you.
I'm just like, I know. So I'm not arguing with people for free anymore. I can't do it.
Period.
I'm
Period.
like, because I feel like I'm wasting material. But no, I like Zach. I'm always like very, sometimes I'm like, am I missing? I have to check in with myself. I'm like, is it me? When they're like, when they talk about whatever he said about Janet when she was pregnant,
That
obviously
was
I'm
really
not debate like
bad.
that was horrible. That was a terrible thing to
Mhm.
say. But even with, and I don't know because, and I wonder how many people are actually like in community or have like gay friends, gay male friends. Like, babe, the gays say really awful shit. Like,
Oh my God.
there is
One
no
time,
depth in hell that the gays will not go to. And I'm not even talking about gay men, babe. I'm talking about like the gays in general. Like here in St. Louis, it's like like we all intertwine. So it's like the lesbians and the gays, and like sometimes our drama does intercross and stuff like that. But mostly we are, it's just, it's a lot. It's a show worthy.
I was once hanging out with like a peripheral friend who is a gay man and did drag. And within like 30 minutes of hanging out, made a joke about my dead mom that was like so aggro and like to me not funny. But I was like, oh, I think in the drag world though, it's like you can make so many jokes that are like out of pocket, but it's like whatever, hee hee. And I was like, oh,
No, it's so like, so that's the thing also. Like Megan, my girlfriend she works in the gay clubs. Like she is one of the like main drag DJs
that's
and
so fun.
yeah, and like so we know a lot of drag queens. We like again are just around them all the time and then also a lot of trans women. It's one of those things like yeah, the jokes are like can be like, "Oh shit," but if you tell them like, "Hey, I didn't think that was funny." They will be like, "Oh, sweetie, I'm sorry."
Oh,
And it's
that's
not, it
nice.
doesn't need to be like a heart to heart either. They're like, oh, I'm sorry. And
And
they're
keep it
just like,
moving.
yeah. And they're like, they won't make the joke again. You know what I mean?
I love
Like,
that. See,
so
I felt for Carl on Summer House this week, and I hate to say it, but when he just like shut down when Kyle was just like when Kyle wasn't getting what he had to say, and Carl's like, I know that I should say something, but I just shut down in confrontation. I'm like, that's like me. Like I like in theory want to be on reality TV, but I couldn't get in an argument at a bar. I would like fully just freak out. I'd be no good.
sometimes I wish, like I was just telling my mom like about this, like with the stuff going on with my boss and stuff. I literally was like, I've always been like this too. Like I wish sometimes I could be like, Giselle, leave it alone. Leave it the
No, it's a
fuck alone.
beautiful
Just don't say
thing.
anything. But when I think something is not right, and it's not that I like approach it. When I was younger, I would like approach it very like kind of aggressively and like sharply. So like, yes, I've learned better communication skills, but I still cannot leave it alone. And
Mm-hmm.
same thing, like I'm like, if I tried to walk away from an argument and a producer was like, you need to go like handle that, I'm like, perfect. That's all I needed because it's actually
Mm-hmm.
more for me to walk away from it than to like, I would be like, yeah, I'm going back right now,
Yeah.
say no more.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And I'm like,
Totally.
maybe that would work in my favor or against me. I don't know. But I'm always also after an argument, for the most part, I am down to like sit down and have a conversation if I care about the person enough. But with Kyle and Carl, I've never wanted to give Carl a hug like I have this past episode. And you know how I feel about Carl.
I know.
You know how
I
I feel about
know.
him. But he, I'm the same way with people that I love dearly. When they hurt my feelings, I would rather shut down and not say anything to them because I don't want to argue with them.
Mm-hmm.
And that has led me into a lot of issues in friendships, and that led friendships to ending because I let a lot of stuff build up when they would hurt my feelings
Same. Yeah.
and things like that. And then it just all implodes. And I'm like, well, there's actually no fucking going back from here. But with that being said, let's get into Summer House. Right before Hannah and I hopped on here, Amanda made
Oh,
her first public statement that was actually better than the fucking PR, this joint statement she made with Wes. Now, let me say this. I, much like everybody else, even though we've tried to like step back from it, I saw that West had put something, everybody was sharing that West had put something on the story. I never followed West, but I was like, I have a hard time. Like, I'm like, is this real? Is this old? Like, is this what they really posted? So I will go to the person's like actual Instagram. So I went to West's Instagram and I saw that he reposted some girl with him and a guy walking in Brooklyn. And it was just like, and you know what? I have to say, that whole friendship group of Wests that is not on the show, I find to be very, very fucking annoying.
You mean
And
like the Hallie Batchelder Brianna Chicken Fry group?
yes, and then those two TikTok lesbians, the one that cooks and the
Yes.
other one, because I just know that they, and I just know that they're the type of people that are like, oh my God, what's the big deal? People are freaking out, like blah blah. And I'm like, I'm sorry, you guys are influencers. You should I don't know what her fiance, wife, whatever they are, does. I think she is not an influencer. I don't fucking know. They were all at
I'm
Remy
like,
Bader's birthday party. I don't fucking know. But the fact, did you see that clip where like Amanda and Wes are in the background and she like puts up her fingers to try and like
yes, the
block
food.
them? Mm-hmm.
I had seen that video when it came out because I was like, God, that looks so good. And I was just fully like zeroed in on the food. And
Mm-hmm.
then when I watched it again, I was like, oh my God, that was so intentional. That is so dark.
Oh, it is. And it's like you get like a you really see how many people were like covering up. But here's my thing. If you have to like do this or whatever, as
Hmm.
a friend, I'm just gonna be like, I'm sorry. I don't expect people to not be friends with them, right? My friends have done really shitty things.
Hmm.
It's just the enabling of it all. And then the all those people trying to gaslight us and it's like, you guys care too much. We actually know these people. It's not that big of a deal. And it's just like the complete disregard, of course, for Sierra and
Right.
like even West saying or allegedly saying like Sierra cares about everything. She is a black woman on a primarily white show. Of course,
Hmm.
you take her concerns and her. I don't care if Sierra is only worried about her fucking lace showing. I really don't because as a black woman with a lace, I would die if my lace was showing on fucking TV. Like, because I know people are going to
Real.
talk about it. Like the repercussions for us, the commentary surrounding us is so much more than it is for Wes and his bedhead mohawk and his fucking. Ugh,
Scarf on his head.
literally, you do not fucking get it. You do
Yeah.
not fucking get it. But I found myself in a rabbit hole of the girl who posted the picture of them him and the guy walking. And it's this like really young, like 20 something year old girl who is her friend, as her friend described her on Instagram. This is how deep in the hole I was. PR baddie by day, bartender by night. And I said,
Okay.
is this the PR baddie that wrote that statement? Because, like,
It
what?
wasn't Lindsay.
No. I'm like, is this the PR baddie that wrote that statement for them? Because if so, Mama, we have like you, and it's fine. You're early in your career, but we have a lot of work to do.
So much work to do. How much time do you have?
Like
Like,
I'm
what?
like I'm like, oh girl, oh girl, oh girl. But Amanda said, I'm
Hmm.
shocked Amanda hasn't blocked me, especially knowing that she blocked Kaya.
What?
Yeah, like
How
the
did I
day.
miss
Oh
that?
yeah, Kaya said it on I think with Raven, and I think she said it, or maybe she was on with no, it was on with Kendrick. She on Kendrick's podcast with Taylor Crumpton. Yeah, Amanda blocked Bravo while black, or Bravo were black. Hmm.
Of
Yeah.
course she did.
I said that is bold. You
Yeah.
can block whoever you want to, don't get me wrong. You can block whoever you want to, but I'm like, that's crazy.
It's just interesting that I haven't heard of other Bravo creators getting blocked by her yet.
When, oh, babe, seriously, because when Kaya said that they're blocked, I said I'm definitely blocked too. I'm not.
Wow.
Yeah.
Oh, that gave me chills. I do not like
It's
that.
it's yeah. And
I
I
do
know a
not
lot
like
of
that
people
at
would be like,
all.
well, they said that they were going to be on her ass. Right, but
Who
again, like
isn't on
you
her ass right now?
literally and you blocked the page that Bravo were black.
Yeah, but you haven't blocked Respectfully Face Reality 16. Love her.
Love
Love her
her.
down. But she's been on the case every second of this, and
No,
she hasn't gotten
literally.
blocked?
Literally.
Interesting.
Okay, let's read Amanda's statement with a
Okay.
picture of one of them dogs.
Ugh.
Hey guys, I'll keep this short and sweet. I've obviously been MIA, but wanted to come back on and say that I'm truly sorry to everyone I've disappointed and hurt, especially those I know personally who I've reached out to individually. For the sake of my mental health, I'm going to try to start living life with some sense of normalcy. If you see me out or posting online, please know that this still weighs very heavily on me. I'm not ignoring what's happened or what's unfolded. I'll be at the reunion and will be addressing any and all questions honestly and directly there. That was literally better than the joint statement with West.
I
But
agree.
the mention of her mental health, babe, you might want to, and this might be a hot take. I just
Go
realized we
for it.
didn't get into your hot take.
Oh, don't worry, there's time.
Okay. I almost posted this online the other day. If this were not with who it's with, so West, like say if she would have fucked Ben or something,
Mhm.
and Ben was giving statements to TMZ about like, oh, she's not sweating it, she's totally fine, not sweating the chatter, the small stuff. And then Kyle was in the street being like, her mental health is terrible. I'd be like, you know what, Amanda, this is kind of cunt. You got your boyfriend and your husband standing up for you in the media.
Yeah,
But,
yeah,
but it's not.
right,
Okay.
right.
It's fucking not. You cannot, like, are we hitting the mental health button or are we not? Kyle says we are. Wet, allegedly. West to TMZ says we're not.
Yeah, and also okay, the using a picture of her dog annoyed me because I was like, that's manipulative. You're going to
Yeah.
show an adorable photo of your dog while you say something that you know is going to get people talking, that you like, you when you know people are unhappy with you.
Hmm.
And then to say like, and the people who I know personally who I have reached out to individually, say Sierra, just like say her name. Why can't you say her name? I was
Literally.
texting a bunch of friends about this today. I was like, not the same literally at all, but like, walk with me here. When my cat Lillian died, and like, I had posted her on my Instagram constantly, and I was like, if I post Lillian to, like, once I post Lillian to my story and I say, like, Lillian passed away,
Hmm.
that makes it real to me. And it's
Yeah.
like, it's out there now.
Hmm.
And
Yeah.
part of me feels like that's kind of how she's going about this with Sierra, and she shouldn't be, where it's like, well, if I acknowledge Sierra, then everyone's going to acknowledge that I acknowledge Sierra. And I'm like, yeah, and you should.
You, yes. And there have been so many people, like Black PR girlies, that have been like, you need to say Sierra's name,
Yes.
right? One, two. It reminded me, this is so niche and so random.
Oh my God, I can't wait.
Um, what's that boy's name? John F. Kennedy Jr.'s nephew. What's his name?
Oh,
Jack.
oh, Jack Schlossberg.
Jack
Yeah.
Schlossberg, yes. When RFK was doing RFK things,
God.
he wouldn't like he was how he was referring to John F. Kennedy Jr. I don't know, was kind of like weird. And Jack would post what he said and was like, is there a reason you won't say Uncle Jack Jack? Mention Uncle Jack Jack. And that's how I feel about Amanda. Is there a
Yes.
reason you won't say Sierra? Say Sierra.
It's
And the fact
weird.
that Sierra has said nothing. She's only been on red carpets. She's only been doing her spawn con, and she has
Hmm.
literally said nothing. I'm like, kudos to you, girl. And I don't
I
think she's
know.
going to say anything. I don't want her to say anything at this point. I want her to keep posting. I want her to keep living her life and doing all the things. And yeah.
Yeah, I really also appreciated that, like, she knew everyone would be like watching her stories like a hawk, so she posted like links
Mm-hmm.
to like a trans rights
Mm-hmm.
fund and Girl Scouts and like
Mm-hmm.
all these like good causes, and I was like, God, that's so chic. Some
No,
people think that
literally.
the photo of her crying in front of Hermes, or like on the ground in front of Hermes, was like staged. Do
I
you
hope
think
it
it
was.
was?
I don't care.
I kind of feel the same way. I'm like, I
I
really
don't
don't
care.
give a fuck. Like, she was in that like billowy ethereal dress. And
It's
then also,
so fucking chic. I
it's
don't
so
care.
iconic.
Because
It feels like it's out of a TV show.
no, literally.
It's like
And
Gossip Girl.
what's funny about that is that next day I was having a mentee breakdown at work in the back alley of work.
Hmm.
And I went out the back door and was like leaned against the wall, like
You're like,
sliding
I'm
down.
Sierra at
And
Hermes.
literally, and like where the back of work is like where everybody exits, not like any cars that have come in, anything. It's where everybody exits. So all these people are just watching me,
You're
like,
like,
and in my mind, I was like, I can't even be fucking crying outside of Hermes right now. At least that would be fucking chic.
I
I'm crying
know.
outside of a fucking service industry job. God.
Well, that's so real. I used to cry in the back alley of my serving job all the time. Also, the photos of her going on a walk with her like hot friend, and I don't know
Yeah.
who that man is,
Yeah.
but like when she had like her gray hoodie and her
Hmm.
sweatpants and her bandana, I was like, she just looks like such an off-duty celebrity. I was like, and she was like makeup free. I was just like,
Yeah.
I love how she's playing
I
this.
hope I
I
hope that I don't care if they're staged or not. Whether they are
I
staged or not, I don't
don't
give a
care.
fuck because girl, get it. I can't wait to do a fucking pap walk.
Are you
I
kidding?
want a pap walk.
I want a pap walk. I have since I was like 10.
Yeah, of
Like,
course.
come on. What else? And like, she looks so fucking good in all the I mean, obviously, but like,
No,
she just looks
literally.
so cool. Like, her outfits have been so good throughout all this. Um, and then her like going from those photos to then like crushing it on these carpets that she's been
Mhm.
doing and that she was doing well before this
She
happened.
was, and that's what I love about it.
Hmm.
And the fact that Sydney Sweeney has no fucking clue
You
what's
know that
going
Sydney was
on.
just like, it's like she was like, like rubbing
Yeah.
her eyes, had no idea what was going on, and was like, huh? Because
She thought she was talking about the show, which she was.
100%.
Which she was. But
Hmm.
Sydney's like,
Hmm.
oh no, 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 no. She has no fucking clue that she was included in this viral fucking moment.
Yep.
I know,
Classic
I love it.
Sydney.
I don't care. And because Amanda's little pap walk with dressing like a West doppelganger in that
That was
fucking Elwood
weird.
hat with the flowers her allegedly her brother gave her. I it,
I really like, I am at a point. I saw a clip from Sex Unique podcast where they were like, Bravo fans are so crazy. Like, they want her to go full like Les Mis, like selling her teeth and like shaving her
oh
head,
yeah, I
like
saw
full
that.
Fontaine. And it made me laugh. And I was like, and the like headline was like Bravo fans are fucking crazy. And yes, there are some fans that take it too
Yeah.
far. Like, of course. Unfortunately though, my anger does go that deep right now. Like, I'm so mad at her, and the more that we uncover, the more that people are posting on TikTok, like we're sharing TikToks in our group chat all the time. The more that I see, and I've never been a huge Amanda fan, but I've been scared
Mhm.
to say it publicly. But like, the more I see, the more I'm like, God, she sucks. Like, she's never
Yeah.
been good to other girls in the house. And that like
No.
really annoys me. And like, I've been like reflecting on my own behavior throughout all this, being like, God, in my 20s when I was like really deeply insecure and like boy
Mhm.
crazy, you know, I did some shady things for sure. But like, I remember there was a weekend where like I had a friend in town and a guy who like did literally would not have cared if I got hit by a bus, like texted me and was like, "Are you out? Do you want to meet up tonight?" And I was like, "Yes." And I like
Mhm.
left like a hang with my friend and a group
Mhm.
of us. We were all out together, and I like left early to go hook up with someone. And like that ate me alive. I was like, that was so shitty. Like my
Yeah.
friend was visiting, and I left the plans early to like go hang out with this guy who like does not give a shit about me and won't take me on a date. Like that's losery of me. And I remember the next day being like, "I'm really sorry. That was shitty of me." I can't
Yeah.
imagine taking it to the degree that Amanda did.
Yeah.
Like what?
I literally, and I'm not, okay, I'm gonna get vulnerable with everybody here. I have hooked up with a friend's ex. And I was, just to be
We all
clear,
live,
I
we all
was
learn.
17. I was
You were
17 years old. Yeah.
your
And
frontal lobe wasn't developed yet.
well, here's the thing, we all grew up together. And they dated in high school. And I still, like me and this, I always say, and I shout out to you, this shaped my view on like friendships and men and how things to be moved forward. And I will also say my mom was like, Giselle, I don't know what you were thinking.
Mm-hmm.
Like my mom was so honest. She was like, I don't love this behavior.
Mm-hmm.
But there was like, so I'll get into the story really quick. We all grew up together. They and I and this guy started dating and we were all a group, right? They broke up like after a year, like our junior year, I think.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because going in the senior year, they weren't together. And there was no, I felt nothing for him. Like we were all in a group. And when they broke up, it was very clear, like we all grew up together. So she knew, we all knew like we're all gonna stay friends
Mm-hmm.
in a certain way, but they like couldn't. He was really, ugh, when I think about him, he was like very incel-y, like, and he was just and very manipulative, right? So I think after they broke up for like a year, the year after senior year. So all this time went, and then we went to like into college, not into college, after. No, actually, it was further than that because I remember when when we told her she had to come back from college for like the second time. So it was they
Mm,
broke up junior year and this was like years in between.
okay.
And I really had developed feelings for him and I liked him. And he told me that like he liked me and that
Hmm.
we should sit down and have a talk with her that we liked each other. And I was like, okay,
Hmm.
yeah. And I was like really nervous because I was like, she is one of my best friends. And like, I don't know how this happened. And I was like, if she's not okay with it, then I can't move forward with it. This motherfucker, and mind you, they did not speak anymore. Those two did not speak anymore.
Hmm.
I will never forget, she called me one night and I was like, hey girl, what's up? And she was like crying. And I was like in my pit in my stomach, I was like, why is she crying? But it wouldn't be not normal for her to call me if she
Right,
was
right,
upset about something. And
right.
she was like, I just talked to Josh. And I was like, oh fuck, I was trying to say his name, but whatever. I was like, I
You can
mean, I
bleep
don't
it.
care. I was like, oh. And she was like, Giselle, what the fuck? And I was like, okay, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I was like, first of all, we were supposed to like tell you together. And she was like, wait a minute. She was like, do you like him? And I was like, yeah, like we like each other. And she goes, girl, he don't like you. She was like, this was all to get back at me. She was like, he told me that you guys slept together and blah blah. And I was like, no, like we are like, I was like, hold on. I was like, so it was like a little bit more sinister on his side,
Right.
right? And I remember her telling me, she was like, Giselle, I'm disappointed in you. I'm not happy with you, but I do consider you my sister. She was like, I could give a fuck about him, honestly. She was like, I think he took advantage of you. She was like, I think he took advantage of your like lifelong friendship. You guys have been friends since you were 7. I think he took advantage of like how much you cared for both of us and how much you were around and you because there was another guy in the situation like that was in the friend group that I had been because we all lived next to each other, me and those two guys. And
Hmm.
then she lived in the same neighborhood too, just like a little bit further out. And so we are all military kids, so we all like went to like his one of their moms used to watch us like so like
Mm,
there was like she was like I think he took
history.
advantage of you, yes. And she was like she told me straight up, she was like I can forgive you for this because I love you. And she was like obviously I'm not happy. She was like it's fuck him for life. But she was like if you ever do anything like this again, like we will never be friends. And I was like, no, 100%. And I was like, it ate me up
That's
inside.
beautiful.
It ate me up inside for so many reasons for so long because I did like I thought that me and him were like gonna be a thing. One, two,
Yeah.
the sinisterness of it all, and he is so fucking sinister. Like I don't know what he's up to today, but I just remember one of the people in the group got married all
Hmm.
these years later, like 10 years later, and we all went to the wedding and he refused, me and Anaya went to the wedding together. Like obviously we were each other's dates. He like refused to look at either of us. He wouldn't say hi. He was
Oh,
like
grow up.
so nasty towards us. And we were just like,
Then don't go to the wedding, freak.
he was in the wedding. But
Oh.
yeah, yeah, he was in the
But
wedding.
still,
But
then
me
act
and
normal.
oh,
It's not
he's so
about you.
I know he's so mad that he thought that she was never going to talk to me again. Like he thought that and yeah. And that's what he was so mad at. Yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So like
Ew.
so I say all this to say like I have been in this position for when I was 17,
Yeah.
not 34,
Yeah.
but it really like shaped the way that you see friendships and you see quote unquote girl code and all of this stuff. So like
Hmm.
the fact that again, the age thing really does matter. I'm sorry.
It
The fact that she's
does.
still stuck in that phase of life is what kills me.
Yes, and I think it's like also so shocking because she claimed in earlier seasons like, "Oh, I want to move to New Jersey. I want to get a house. I want to
Hmm.
get married. I want to have kids." And it's like it seems like you and I honestly feel like maybe because she like met Kyle so young and like
Hmm.
they got married that like there's this like arrested development, not as an excuse, but like I genuinely think she's like, "Fuck it. I want to experience everything that I didn't get to experience in my
Hmm.
20s because I was with Kyle." But
Yeah.
I'm like, yeah, but not at the expense of like the people who were there for you, like ride
Hmm.
or die throughout this 10-year shit show. Like it's actually incredible how shitty it is.
She, like we say all the time, she married him with all of the facts.
All of the facts. And it's like, what I also think is interesting is like, she for someone who yeah at one point was like, oh my god, I want all these very like traditional things, which like she's allowed to change her mind
Hmm.
100% of
Yeah.
course, but it's like you went from that to wanting to just like day drink like 15 beers with West all day and like smoke weed in bed at like until like 4 in the afternoon. She reminds me of the Amy Dunn like Gone Girl speech, like about cool
Mm,
girls. I'm like, I think
yes.
she is trying so hard to be a cool girl, where like Amy Dunn has that line where she's like, cool girls eat pizza and remain a
Hmm.
size 2. Like when I see Amanda doing those fucking mukbang videos with West, given how thin she's gotten on the show, it has a very sinister energy to it. And I'm like, I remember being in college and I didn't eat a lot. And I had a crush on a guy who was from Springfield, Illinois, where the horseshoe was born. Have you ever had a horseshoe?
Girl, Megan's from Springfield.
Okay, so you know. So I ate an entire horseshoe in front of him, thinking it would be like so cute because I was anorexic. And I was like, I'm just gonna eat this huge meal in front of this guy. And I was like 18 and I thought I was so cool. And it was like really, I look back and I'm like, that is incredibly dark, like
Yeah.
bingy, purgy, like ED
Hmm.
behavior for sure. And I'm not gonna accuse Amanda of that. I am saying it's her behavior is dark to me on many levels.
Yes, it is. Like when famously season 4 Amanda, I was never fucking with. And so all of these clips, especially from season 4, with and like famously, Lord knows I can't stand Hannah Burner either. I like, but I always thought that like Hannah is bearing the brunt of this
Mm-hmm.
relationship fallout when Amanda, it is 50-50. That scene where they're having that talk in season 5 after the COVID season, after Amanda threw that cup,
Mm-hmm.
is it's so fucking funny to me. And it's so funny to me because I can't stand either of them. But when Amanda's like, I apologize for throwing the cup. That was fucked up.
And
Hannah's
Hannah's
like,
like, it
it was
is
fucked
fucked
up.
up.
And then
I
Hannah's like, what do you want to happen here? I
Amanda's
found it
like, we're
funny
not
because
friends.
they're both insufferable. I said it's two Leos
Totally.
having a Leo off.
I saw that in the comments of that one video and I was like, that is so real. As a Leo myself, I was like, that is so real. Yeah, I mean, when Hannah was like, yeah, we're not friends, like she did not care. And
Yeah.
I think Amanda is so used to people like fawning over her that
Hmm.
she like truly could not take that Hannah was like, you threw a drink on me. What you did was fucked up. I don't think I did anything wrong and I don't want to be your friend. Like, I genuinely don't think Amanda had heard that in her entire life. I think she's used to
Mm-mm.
people being like, you're so pretty. You're so popular. Your parents are cool. You have a big house. And like chasing after her and wanting her approval. Like,
Hmm.
respectfully, kind of what Jules did.
Oh, 100%. And like I will take it all the way the fuck back. And like that 17-page email, it was not about cropping her out of the photo. It was
Mm-mm.
about the season 2 to 3. Amanda had only been on the show as a cast member for one season at that point.
Mm-hmm.
Season 1, she was a shadow. Like she was just
Mm-hmm.
hooking up with Kyle. She was not a cast member. Okay. So going into season 3, she had no friends. She had no girlfriends. That is why she forged forward with Paige and Hannah.
Mm-hmm.
That is why she did that. But if we, and you know, it was always a fucking just itch in my ass how they wanted to die on the hill that Lindsay is not nice to new girls. When I'm like, Amanda, the only reason you were so nice to Hannah and Paige is because you had no one going
No
into the house.
friends.
You had no female friends. You were not used to being in this position amongst women, and you had no other choice. You had
Mm-hmm.
no other choice. And then you and Hannah didn't even last 2 full years.
No.
You did not even last 2 full years. And even that fucking, yeah, season 4, when she's like, Hannah, like she tries to like put her in her place
Yes.
and Hannah wasn't having it. Like, girl, you, and the
And she
only reason,
fucked it up with Paige.
yeah, and the only reason you really forged forward with Sierra is because Hannah and Paige did. Like,
Mm-hmm.
let's call a thing a thing. We
Mm-hmm.
have to call a thing a thing. So I do want to talk. What are your feelings about Ben?
Oh, I think he's a freak and I can't take his curly hair seriously.
I don't think he's cute. You know, I feel like he's a fucking nothing burger. I feel like but I don't feel like I've never thought that we'd see the day on reality TV where somebody willing to have a conversation is so in the wrong. Because I do feel like people are trying to make Bailey, since Amanda fucked up her number one victim spot,
Mm-hmm.
that people are trying to put I think this is the first time I've ever called her Bailey, Sweet Green, into Amanda's spot of like
Yeah.
super whiny, super like misunderstood, the like victimized person in this. And I really don't have any strong feelings about Sweet Green either,
Mm-hmm.
but I can see if this show continues how they're putting her into Amanda's spot of this odd, shitty behavior, whiny behavior where she's always the victim, and then we're gonna end up right where we are again.
Lord help us all. Yeah, I feel like people are saying justice for Bailey with the joke about Ben. And honestly, like, I think in that situation, was it a weird joke? Yes. Does she repeatedly do weird things? Yes. Is she like weirdly obsessed with Ben's whereabouts?
Yes.
Yes. And that is all weird. I will say though, I appreciate that that joke is coming back around now and it's biting both Ben and Amanda in the ass because I think that's what they deserve. Like, it was weird of Ben to hit on Amanda when she was married. It was weird of Amanda to indulge it when she was married. Like, it was all weird.
Amanda, did you see the clips from next week from her
Yes.
confessional? I'm like,
I wanted to
Amanda.
flip a
I'm
table.
like, Amanda. That's my other thing. Knowing what you were doing, I
The
the
audacity.
the audacity of her opening her fucking mouth from the interviews with Marie Claire saying that she's never touching any of her um castmates to all like this whole confessional with
Hmm.
Ben, be like, you are a married woman, Amanda.
It's
Even at
weird.
this time, to sit there and swear up and down that this man wanted to fuck you and be throwing a fit about it the way she did in that confessional, I was like, oh my God.
It's so
You
weird.
that Amanda, that is one of those things that you keep in the group chat. You say like and for me, I'm like, we have reached the final boss. Amanda literally flew too close to the fucking sun to
Yeah.
sit here and be like, tell us this man wanted to fuck me. How dare you act like you didn't? You are married to Kyle.
Yes.
You
And
are.
you're all on a show together.
I was like, oh, Amanda, baby.
I know. And like Jake and I are both like, we're very open about being like, flirting is fun. And like,
Yeah.
when you are hot and friendly, the line between friendly and flirting, when it's like two attractive people, it can
Mm-hmm.
get blurry.
Mm-hmm.
And I think flirting can be healthy when you're in a committed relationship because it's nice to know, like, oh yeah, like I'm still hot, I still got it. Now I'm gonna go
Mm-hmm.
home and fuck my partner, cuddle with my partner, etc.
Mm-hmm.
There's never a question in your mind whether or not you're gonna act on anything. You just go, oh, that was fun. Cute. I feel pretty today. Bye.
Yeah.
Amanda doesn't know like where that line is. And there's like, I think because of how insecure she is about Kyle and how he is with like fans,
Mm-hmm.
I think she almost feels entitled to like take it too far where it's like, well, I'm not the one getting drunk and sleeping on people's couches. So
Mm-hmm.
who cares if I skinny dip with Ben? But he did want to fuck me. And I'm like, you know, there's like a healthy version where like flirting in your relationship is okay, right? Like it doesn't need to be these
Yeah.
extremes.
Well, then it makes kind of sense where Kyle was upset about her jumping into the pool with her
Right.
underwear on in
And like a
front of
mesh
Ben.
bra.
Yeah, because and we still need to gather more information, if there was this group chat and it was a known thing that Ben wanted to fuck Amanda, and they went skinny dipping, and then you jump in the pool in your underwear in front of this guy. I don't, Lord knows I don't think Kyle's a good husband, but I always say this. Cheating is not something that I'm going to tolerate, not because like I don't think that I can get over it and like move past it. I probably absolutely could get over it after I get my lick back. And that's not how so like once you cheat on me and you tell me, if I stay with you, you do need to know that I am on a quest to do something more diabolical. And that's not how I want to live my life. Like
A
we should
hundred
just break up.
percent.
You know what I mean? We should just break up, because then if I agree to move on and then I cheat on you, I'm just as bad.
A
And
hundred
I
percent.
need to be in the right. So
I
like
feel that.
so I just it I, I have no words. I have no fucking words. But for me, with Sweet Green, it is more so on Amanda's end, because Amanda was the one saying, like, behind the scenes with the girls, like, like she's just like so in love with Ben and how she goes about this and blah blah and being like it was awkward. Amanda, Amanda,
You knew it was true.
and like, and I don't think that Ben is so out of line to be like, hey, can you stop making that joke?
Yeah.
I don't. Now, I
No.
think you need to say it to everybody. Okay.
Yeah.
Like if Jesse makes it, I think you need to say it to everybody. But I don't think that she's so out of line. And I gotta be honest with you guys, I don't like when there's an inside joke and people outside of the inside joke try to get in on it. I don't. It's very cringy to me. I would never, if you and Raven had an inside joke and I was not there for it, I would not reference the joke as if I was there. It's a
No.
weird.
No, that makes me embarrassed thinking about it.
Like it's a weird,
Yeah.
okay. And it was weird for her to, I stand by this for her while Ben was, I thought it was weird to go around the table and say everything we like about Amanda. Like, ew.
Ugh.
When else have we ever done that in this group, right?
That is my living hell.
I think that's awkward. Somebody
No,
give a fucking speech, say, "We love you, Amanda," all in unison, and move
yeah.
the fuck on.
No, I literally once had a friend try and force that game on me at a birthday, and Jake was like, I'm gonna stop you right there. Hannah, do you want to do this? And I was like, and this friend goes, she doesn't have a choice. And Jake was like, yes, she does. Do you want to do this? And I was like, no.
Oh,
He's
Aries
like,
King.
yeah, he's like,
Love
we're good
that.
on that. You can give her your card.
Oh, I love him. I
I
love that.
know, but it's true.
Aries
It's like
King.
it's already a fucking weird game to begin with. And
It is.
yes, like Bailey's comment made it weirder. Sweet Green's comment made it weirder.
It did. Like, I don't think all this, like, just really, I don't think that she's just like this, like, third eye opening,
No.
observant girly. No, she's a little
She's
fucking
obsessed with
weird.
Ben.
She's obsessed with people with like flirting and like, I'm just like, even she makes comments that I'm just like, when she's like, what did she say about Carl and her boobs? She's like, if Carl knows it's my boobs, that's fine. I'm like,
No, it really reminds me of like me in like eighth grade, like
no,
going to like
yes.
it's like the show Pen 15. Like it reminds me of like me in eighth grade,
Yes.
like putting on like my first underwire bra and going to a bar mitzvah and being like, oh my God, like I'm a woman.
Yeah. Like I'm just like, what the fuck is going on here? Like I don't know. I don't know.
Her and Carl feel incredibly forced to me. I'm like, what are we doing
There's
here?
zero chemistry between them. I don't care.
Nothing. And like respectfully, like Carl, like he's just like a smiley man who like I'm
Hmm.
like he has crushes on people all the time, but like
Hmm.
he doesn't have chemistry with very many people. And
No.
maybe I had a different hot take, but maybe my hot take is like I love Lindsay Hubbard. I didn't see the chemistry with them either.
No. I thought it was
I thought it was weird.
I think Carl is a Rizless guy.
Yes. I think that's the only way to say it.
Carl, like we think of how many people we've seen him with, right? I mean, we got a flashback this last episode. The Workus twin, Paige, Lindsay,
The
the
lemur
girl,
girl,
yes, the lemur
Lil,
girl. Oh God. Anyways,
couldn't stand.
anyways, like he's a Rizless person. He's
Hmm.
just an awkward guy, and I don't think that like some people are Rizless. Okay, I do think that some people make like cute awkward couples. I don't think it's Sweetgreen and Carl.
No, no.
I don't see that. I'm sorry, I can't see it. But on that note, let's move over to the Valley. Have you watched the first two episodes yet?
Yes.
Give me your thoughts. Actually, let's go to what's your hot take?
Oh, great. It's actually relevant to the Valley. My hot
Okay.
take is I love Lacey on the show.
Do you?
I don't like her as a person.
Oh, I don't know her as a
I think
person.
she's a strange, well, I mean, like, I don't think I would want to be friends with her,
Hmm.
but I appreciate her presence on the show because
Yeah.
I think she is a weird lady.
Hmm.
And I appreciate that. Like, I think she's going to bring a shakeup. And I think Jesse is already such a polarizing person on the show
Hmm.
that him having a polarizing girlfriend is fun and needed. Because I cannot watch a season of Janet and Nia fighting. I'm like, I don't like either of you. So what are we doing here?
So I was like, what is that noise? So I I don't know if I like Lacey. You know, I need a little bit more time for that.
Mm-hmm.
But I really appreciated where she was coming from. I hate Jessie Lowry. Let's get that out of the way. I really appreciated
Mm-hmm.
where she was coming from, where she was like, you are not moving into my home. We are not living together. You actually are not getting anything out of like this. I can appreciate her with that, especially as a mother and not and like drawing those boundaries just because I saw my mom draw those boundaries when I was a teenager about having a man in the house and like things like
Mm-hmm.
that. So I appreciate her. I'm interested. I did love when he was like, I love you, and she was like, thank you. Like I totally fine with that. I'm fine that she's here. I'd rather her be here than not be here and us have to keep talking about her. You know what I mean?
I agree. That would be really annoying. I also think it's very bizarre that we're getting this like Schwartz and Michelle storyline forced on us where I'm like, again, talk about a Rizless couple with no chemistry. I
Yeah.
That made no sense. I was like, it's a little early in the season to be doing these like forced weird setup scenes in like a salt house, like sound bath or whatever.
I want to go into one of those so bad just
It
to
looked
like
really
try it.
nice.
Like I would love I've tried the pod um things where you sit and Maddie and what's
Oh,
her
the
face were
hyperbaric
in it.
chamber. I love those.
I hated it.
Did it freak you out?
Yes.
Oh, I was like, I'm so cozy. Oh
I
wait, no, no,
hated
no,
it.
no, no, no. Sorry, hyperbaric chamber is different. I haven't done the water one. The
The
water
water
one would
one, yeah,
freak
where
me
you
out.
sit in
That
the
would
water.
freak me out.
I I did not like that. But yeah, and I don't like Michelle doesn't seem like she's going on with it. Like she is just like she's like, okay, I need to film, so I'll go film.
A
But
hundred
she's
percent.
not like giving him anything. And I'm like, Schwartz, just chill out. You'll get your camera time, okay?
Yeah.
What I want to touch on, I will just finally tell the story here. So, whenever that Jimmy Kimmel stuff was going on, where he was like getting taken off of air or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
there was something that was posted about Jimmy Kimmel needing to be off air, like celebrating him off air. And what I think happened was Nia liked it, and because it had to do with Charlie Kirk, like him saying
Mm-hmm.
stuff about Charlie Kirk. And Nia liked it, and my friend was just like, "Oh, I'm unfollowing." Like I think she like commented, not she didn't comment on Nia's thing. She just said, "I'm unfollowing her." Like I don't fuck with that.
Mm-hmm.
And Nia proceeds to send her these, and I've seen the DMs, I've heard the voice note that Nia sent her. I'm not going to share them because they're not mine to share. But she and my friend does not want to be involved in any like Bravo stuff. She doesn't like want to be a part of this. But
Mm-hmm.
I cannot continue to review the show and act like I don't have this information and act like I am not biased about Nia because of this interaction. And in the
Shit.
messages, she mentions she pretty much is trying to guilt trip my friend, saying like, did you ever think for a second to give me the benefit of the doubt that, oh, I just saw Jimmy Kimmel and I like Jimmy Kimmel, so I hit like and I didn't read what I was liking. And she like goes on to say,
Oh
she's like, did
God.
you ever think that, oh, she like in the voice note, she's like, do you hear this baby in the background? Like, I'm like so busy. And then she's like, I don't even know why I'm sending you this message, but yeah. And it's so ridiculous. And like, she is literally trying to like guilt trip my friend, saying like I'm so busy, I'm a mom, I have 404 digit like she mentions being a mom multiple times. Meanwhile,
Enough.
what she doesn't know, my friend had just had a baby. She had her first child. She had a newborn as well. She can pay attention to what she's liking if she's scrolling on Instagram and reading and being aware. Like you don't even know who you're trying to guilt trip instead of just being like, oh shit, I didn't really realize. And I'm gonna be honest with you, I have liked stuff. I'm so bad about this on TikTok. When someone starts talking and they say the first thing that I like, I will like it.
Same.
And then I'll keep watching it and then I'll be like, ooh, and I'll
Never
unlike
mind.
it. I'll
Yeah.
unlike it, right? So I can give somebody the benefit of the doubt, what Nia kept fucking bitching about in those messages of like, okay, I have definitely liked something before that I did not like take in fully. But if somebody were to call me out about that, it would just say there like, hey, I actually don't align with this. I didn't stay to read it or like take it in fully, and that's on me.
Yeah.
Just so you know, if I am going to take my time, but like she sent the message unprompted. My friend didn't DM her. She took it upon herself to
To like
do that.
find someone in the comments and send them a
I like
DM.
it's just so bizarre. And I think
It's
because my
wild.
friend was a fan of hers, like she really liked her on the show. I think that that might have been, excuse me, another thing. I don't know if my friend had like commented like, oh, love this or whatever on one of her things
Mm-hmm.
before. So she like had pinned her name. I don't know if that's
Mm,
how that happened, but like the messages, and again, I will say this is one of my friends from childhood. I know her better than the back of my hand. She does not bother people online. She does not like harass people. The
mm-hmm.
messages were so unprompted. I don't fuck with that. And again, my friend had just had a baby herself. So no, no, I don't
Wow.
fuck with it. I don't fuck with it. And she's
Yeah, I
always, to me, I think Nia's always trying to be like, she does have a sad backstory. She has overcome a lot. I get it, but that doesn't mean that you don't have problematic views.
totally. We can hold multiple truths at once.
Mm-hmm.
PSA to literally everyone on the internet. We can hold multiple truths at once.
Mm-hmm.
I do feel like also knowing that that's how she behaves like behind the scenes, it also feels like that, yeah, very fragile, like, oh, well, I don't know, and I'm just
Mm-hmm.
that vibe kind of feels a little BSy. Now I will say I felt for her when Danny was like, yeah, just
Oh
think about all
yeah.
the sex I put on the
Oh,
calendar.
100%.
But but I do think like she sometimes plays up this like victim fragile kind of
Mm-hmm.
vibe for the camera. And I will say like Janet, like while she can be really fucking annoying, I at least appreciate that she's willing to be unlikable on the show and just sort of like stand 10 toes down when she's like in
Yeah.
what she thinks.
I think, and I said this online, I think I understand Janet was having a conversation with Jasmine. I understand. I don't think that I think she has some Karen tendencies,
Mm-hmm.
especially when she's arguing with people, regardless of whether they're black or white or whatever. I think she has Karen tendencies. I think it's the Ohio in her.
Totally.
And it's something that she has to unlearn. I don't think that she purposely says things that are microaggressive, like kind of like Emmy. And I think
Mm-hmm.
once you say it to Janet, she can be like, oh shit, unlike
Mm-hmm.
Emmy, right? But in the same breath, I don't know if I would be willing to step back into that deep of a friendship with Jasmine
Totally.
after that, or with Janet,
With
if I were
Janet.
Jasmine after what happened, because I've been in situations like that with white friends where like it is heated, and then the way they came at me was just felt so like icky
Yeah.
in a microaggressive way. So I don't blame Jasmine for not wanting to go back there with her and be that deep of friends with her. I think
Mm-hmm.
once you get into an argument with a friend, it's very telling, especially in interracial friendships. So I can see that. Um, with Nia also, as much as I don't care about Nia and I just broke down all of that stuff. The way Danny was talking and what he was saying was disgusting and
It
vile
was
to me.
horrible.
Same way about Luke. I have a huge issue. There was this girl, her name's Jessie James Decker.
Mm-hmm.
She is like an influencer or
She
whatever.
had an show, right?
Yes, that's how I
Yeah,
know
yeah.
her.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
So her and her husband, they had three kids, and like they would always make jokes online about how they're done, they're done, they're done. But he would not get a vasectomy because he'd
Mm.
feel like less of a man. All the jokes that Danny was making.
I hate it so
And
much.
then she got pregnant again the fourth time. And like
Oh,
she had made it clear that she did not desire to have any more kids. But
fuck.
and then there was all these jokes of like, oh, he snuck it, and they're big Trumpers. She's like, oh, he snuck another one in there on me. I want women to unpack that because
Mm-hmm.
you are carrying these kids. You have made your boundary clear that you do not wish to have children again. And I think that it is very, as somebody who got, like had to unpack this, who was dating a guy who we were at the end, I had made it very clear and that I did not want him to come in me. And then he did, and I got pregnant.
Mm-hmm.
it's the very traumatic,
Oh,
and it's very like it's hard
yeah.
to wrap your head around that because you're like, yeah, I consented to having sex and like things like that. And then I made it clear you cannot come in me, and he did it anyways. Like
That's so fucked
it's
up. I'm so
very
sorry.
it's fine. I've worked through it. But like it's hard. Like it really is. And I like to hear Danny joke about after he goes to get the vasectomy. One, about being like, oh, I want my boy to have another boy. We need to have another boy. Ugh, I hate that shit.
Ugh.
Secondly, to then when the doctor tells you you have like 35 ejaculations or however many weeks or whatever before the vasectomy sets in, and he's like, oh, gotta put the all this sex on the calendar so I can hopefully get one more, sneak one in more in there on her. It's
He's a
disgusting.
freak.
It's disgusting and it's problematic. It and again, I don't care for Nia, but I don't want any woman to have to go through that. And I like we need to unpack that. And as much as
Totally.
I think that what goes on in your marriage is like that's up to you guys if you're okay with it, like I'm not gonna say anything. I think that there's a fine fucking line, and those jokes are just disgusting. And then plus what he did to Jasmine and her fiance last year, and it took us so long to get to the end point of that. Fuck that.
Totally. Wait, sorry, really quick. Am I freezing? Because my internet's kind of crapping out.
No, you
Can
haven't
you hear
frozen
me?
yet. Yeah, I can hear you.
Excuse me.
Yeah.
Okay, thank God. Okay, cool. No, yeah. I mean, literally retweet to everything you said. I feel like, especially in the Valley, we just see women in like the most sinister relationships. I mean, and honestly, that's saying something because it's Bravo and there's a lot of shit going on at all
Mm-hmm.
times. But I do think when you factor like small children into it,
Mm-hmm.
it does add another like layer to it. And yeah, I mean, it's like, I think what's so sinister about Danny and Nia is like, they position themselves as this like yeah like very all American like apple
Mm-hmm.
pie kind of nuclear family like
Mm-hmm.
youth pastor kind of vibe, and I'm like, Nia is clearly fucking miserable and Danny does not give a shit, and like
Yeah.
that's depressing. And like also what bothered me going back to Luke and Kristen was when Luke was like, well, happy parents mean happy babies, and I'm like, I would argue happy mom
Yeah.
equals happy baby because
Mm-hmm.
she's the one who grew this tiny human and birthed
Mm-hmm.
it. So like give Kristen a fucking minute to like stop being a sex pest to your wife and the mother of your child.
3 months is not a long time. One of my friends just had a baby, and the baby just turned 3 months, and she was like made a video, and she was like, I'm going back to work. And I was like, going back to work? I was like, tell them people you need more time.
I,
Going back to work. I'm like, 3 months,
I need a
90
year
days, 90 days,
after
90 days.
growing and birthing a human.
I would freak out. Like I would freak out. And like me and my mom talk about this all the time because our parents' generation, they, God bless them, they didn't have a choice. Like they
Mm-hmm.
didn't have the tools and the wherewithal and the things that we have now, right? And I
Mm-hmm.
really am a person that like I think there's a happy medium, right, in between our parents' generation and us.
I
But
agree.
and my mom was in the military too. So it was, I think she had like 6 weeks
Oh my
of
God. Oh my God.
maternity leave, and then it was like, and so for my mom, I think she like snap, like she literally is like, and I think my mom loves being a mom. She literally like she says it all the time, and in a healthy way, she's like obsessed with her kids. Like she gives us our space and everything like that. But
Mm-hmm.
like she's like, I always wanted you guys. Like I think you guys, we get on her nerves. Like, but
Mm-hmm.
she's like, you're perfect, but not
Yeah.
actually perfect. Like I will correct either one of you in a fucking second. But she loves her kids. And I think if my mom could have taken more time, and it took her a long time, we have these talks now. It took her a long time to say, like, yeah, I think that there should be like maternity leave should be longer. If I could have
Yeah.
spent more time with you guys and gotten paid for it, I absolutely would. But add the military layer into that, like, so like 3 months is not a long time.
No.
And to especially when you spent 9 months growing this baby, 3 months versus 9 months, and you want me to start fucking you,
Are you kidding?
you're insane.
Oh,
You're
and like
insane.
I've never had a child. I've never been pregnant, but like from what I've heard from all my friends, it does a fucking number on your body, which you don't have to be Einstein to know that, okay? You don't have to experience it to figure it out. But I'm like, Luke, she probably like is still like I don't know if she still has stitches, but I'm like, it literally tears your body from the inside out to have a child. Okay. And it's a beautiful thing and all
Hmm.
that, whatever. But like, I'm so sorry that the first thing on her mind is not whether or not you can get off. Go jerk off. I don't know what to tell you.
I know how I feel when I'm on my fucking period or about to get my
Exactly.
period.
I'm
And
like, don't touch me.
I joke with Megan all the time. I'm like, don't look at my boobs. It hurts.
No, no,
It hurts.
literally.
Like, and
Boobs
I,
hurt, nipples hurt, everything hurts.
yeah. And I, like I previously said, have been pregnant for, I think I was like 8 weeks along. I know I was just at the fucking mark. Okay.
Oh,
And, I literally, my body before that and how I felt towards sex and stuff before that has changed. It changed after that because I
mm-hmm.
was so sick. Like I couldn't figure out what the fuck was wrong with me.
Oh my
Like I was
God.
smelling things. I could smell if you showered last night instead of the morning of, I could smell you. Oh yeah.
It
It was
scares me.
awful. It was awful. There are certain smells that I literally will never, I can't get with them ever again. You know, I mean, you used to work in bars and restaurants. You know how
Oh yeah.
bars smell sometimes?
Oh yeah.
I worked at a bar at the time. That
Oh.
bar smell, I was like
Oof.
immune to until that time. And then like during that time, I was like, bar smell is forever just like to me.
No. No.
If I could tell if
Absolutely
y'all
not.
didn't clean the night before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That stale beer smell on the
Hmm.
floor. Can't
Oh
do it.
God. Oh God,
Whiffs
I
of
hate it.
vodka where you don't expect it.
Well,
A
and
blue cheese olive.
I can't stand the smell of Fireball. Like I
Ugh.
cannot smell it. I I am convinced that I'm allergic to Fireball. Ever since it came out, like I would have like I don't like the taste of it, first of all, in the first place. But when I would like force myself to drink it, when everybody was like, "Oh, I'm buying around shots and it's Fireball," I would get like violently sick.
Yeah.
Like it just doesn't sit right with me, and I would
Yep.
black the fuck out too. So
Horrible.
whenever I was like bartending and somebody would order a shot of Fireball, I literally was like picking up the bottle like this, and I would be like,
Yeah, you're like
and I would
shaking.
be like, it can't
Ugh.
touch me. And if it did touch me, I would run to the back and wash my hands
It's so
because
syrupy and
I can't.
disgusting.
It's gross. It's disgusting.
It's
That's
so
why
gross.
when Karen Huger in her handle of Fireball, I was like, oh, bitch, you're an alcoholic
No
down.
kidding.
You are an
No
alcoholic
kidding.
down. No,
Meanwhile, when Monique would exclusively drink Camus red wine, I was like, that I can get behind because that shit's delicious.
I
I was
can't
like, I
get
could
behind
drink
that.
5 bottles of that and feel fine.
I can see I love a wine. Last night I was really I just want the weather here has been so it's wine weather.
Mm,
It is fucking wine weather. I wanted a crisp
patio.
fucking white wine and to sit outside on my swing. But I was like the mood I was in, I was like, Giselle, you will get because I had smoked too. You know, you got my fucking
Best voice memo of
my
my life.
my stoned voice notes. I feel so badly after I
I
send
love
you
them.
guys those. But I was like, you will fucking drink the whole goddamn bottle and you have to be up tomorrow. And then I have to go take care of my grandma the day after that. I was like, you're gonna have to deny yourself a crisp white until I don't know when.
You're so brave.
I,
It's really hard, especially in the Midwest. Like once everything thaws out and you get that like patio drinking
so
weather, it's like in Chicago, it's like everyone's just an alcoholic for 3 months straight
good.
because it's like we've
It's
been waiting for this all year.
it's so oh, especially in Chicago because it stays cold
Yeah,
longer than it
so
does
long.
down here. My Nana's in Champaign, so she's in the middle, and
Uh-huh.
I'm very interested to see what the weather is like up there tomorrow because
Oh my
it's
God,
perfect
report
down
back.
here. It's perfect
Uh,
down here. I love, and I was in Chicago like last May. Well, I
mhm.
went there, and actually, I'll be there next month too. But
Fun.
because my uncles live, I have one uncle in Elgin, and then I have another one in what is that? Where is he at?
I'm like Schaumburg, Algonquin,
No, it's a two.
Naperville, Libertyville.
No,
Oh
it's
no,
a
it's like 2 words.
yeah,
Sorry.
something Heights.
Downers Grove.
No, I don't fucking know. I can't remember. And you know what? As soon as we get off here, I'll fucking remember. But anyways, Chicago this time, like in May, is so wishy-washy because I went to Beyonce. We were there Friday, Saturday, Sunday, left Monday. I promise you, the Friday after we got there, the
It's gonna
Friday
piss
that
me
we got
off.
there, we a tornado hit St. Louis, like the worst one. Yeah.
My
And
God.
I'm in the Amtrak station, just like ducked
Oh my
under. Yeah.
God.
I love getting on the train though because it's
Amtrak's are
unlike,
so dreamy.
yeah, and unlike fucking getting on a plane, like we were delayed and then they're like, all right, let's get on these tracks. But
Totally.
um it was a tornado here in St. Louis, got to Chicago. They had had a tornado the day before and perfect weather. We were like walking at night, drinking. Saturday, perfect weather. Sunday, 40 degrees for Beyonce at fucking the Bears Stadium. Yeah,
No, that is so annoying.
I was dying. Monday, perfect weather to get back on the train and go home.
I really that just gave me like the chills. I can't. I like was not strong enough to live there because your mental health like what you get like teased. You get like blue balled by the weather, and then you're like, okay, never mind. I guess I'll like take my parka back out again, even though I just put it in storage. Like, what are you supposed to do?
See, I don't
It's
know.
freakish.
Megan hates Chicago, but I would move there. I
Jake and I
would in
would
a
too.
second.
If like our careers like let us, we would.
Yeah, I would move to Chicago. Like I would absolutely be there. But Megan hates it. She is like, no.
She's like, fuck
She
that.
she would rather us come to LA
I mean,
and
I'm
try.
like, do it.
Yeah, she would rather us come to LA or something and then live in Chicago. And I think it's so bizarre, but I don't know.
That's really
Okay.
funny.
One thing I want to ask you before we get off here.
Hmm.
Have you watched Big Mistakes yet with Dan Levy, Dan Levy's new show on Netflix?
No.
You have to watch it, Hannah.
Is it good?
I was laughing my ass off episode 1 and I'm on episode 4 and I've laughed every single episode.
Okay, I need to make a note in my phone because I feel like there's so much TV I'm behind on right now
You have to
that I
watch
need
it.
to get caught up. Okay, perfect. Didn't Rachel Sennett
She
co-create?
did.
Okay, listen. Sometimes she's good, and when she's good, she's good.
Oh my God. I just got reminded I need to tell you something after we get off of
Off
here.
mic, off
Yeah.
air. Great, I can't
It's
wait.
like a need, just so you guys know, it's niche. You guys wouldn't give a fuck about it, but it's something that me and Hannah talk about. And it's bitchy.
Oh my God, I can't
But
wait.
yes. Okay, Hannah, tell everybody where they can find you.
Oh my gosh, thank you so much for having me. Y'all can follow me at Hannah Aaron Brown. That's HANNAHAARONBROWN on Instagram and TikTok. I'm also on Threads and Substack, but not as active. And then check out my podcast, Not Aspirational, wherever you get your podcasts.
And you guys already know where you can find me over here on YouTube, anywhere you find podcasts, Who Asked Me Podcast, Instagram, Who Asked Zell, Instagram, Who Asked Me Podcast, TikTok, Who Asked Zell. I am on Substack now, and it is Zell Brooks, SELLEBROOKS. I'm writing about all of the things. I'm writing about beauty. I'm writing about pop culture. I'm writing about reality TV. And I've literally fallen back in love with my love of writing. Like I will
Oh,
literally just like sit there and like bang out
that's
all these like
amazing.
little I literally if I could just like spend my time writing, I would.
I abandoned my Substack like a year ago, but I really have a meaning to get back on it. So you're inspiring me.
I feel like it's just so easy to like to jump back in it. I don't know for like
Hmm.
versus TikTok or you
You have to
know
just be feeding,
y-
feeding, feeding all the
yeah,
time.
like Substack I'm just like, ooh, an idea and crank it out.
Obsessed.
Yeah. Okay. We will talk to y'all all later. Bye.